G'day Year 2s and welcome to the very first part of Phase 2 of our remote learning site. This week for maths we're going to be looking at two-dimensional shapes, and our goal this week is not only recognise them but also to draw them. So stay tuned and I'll give you some tips on what we'll be working on for the later part of this week. For Monday and Tuesday, you're going to spend a little bit of time just working on recognising shapes around your house. Have a look at Miss Reefall's awesome anchor chart, and then on Tuesday, have a go at the awesome activity we've found online. You can either use an iPad or you can use your mum and dad's laptop. All right, good luck. Tune in for the next part of the video and I'll start talking about the specific parts of two-dimensional shapes.
Okay guys, I'm going to demonstrate using this geoboard some of the two-dimensional shapes where we should be pretty familiar with. Now these are normally ones that you would see in everyday life. You've probably learned about them in Foundation in Year 1. And today we're just going to revise that a little bit before we move on to the next step. So over the next couple of seconds I'm going to demonstrate using the geoboard, and you guys can just make some mental notes to help you with the task for Monday and Tuesday.
When we describe two-dimensional shapes, they're normally characterized by three little attributes, and those are how many sides, how many corners or vertices, and whether the lines are curved or they're straight. Continue watching on and I'll describe a few little features so you can continue working on the next 3 days of work.
Alright guys, so as you can see I've drawn some very simple two-dimensional shapes. All of these shapes we describe as regular shapes. So these are things that you would see all the time, and this is their natural sort of state. So the first one we've got up here is a square. So as we know with a square it has four sides, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now I'm going to change the color here into let's go green for this one, and I'm going to highlight all of the corners. So when we describe two-dimensional shapes, we use the word sides, and then we use corners to describe where the two sides meet. So in a square, we have one corner here, one corner here, one here, and the last one is there. The third way we describe two-dimensional shapes is the type of lines that we've used to create that shape. So if we look at something like a square, then we're going to have to use a straight line. So when we describe a square, we would say it has four sides, it has four corners, and it uses straight lines. Now if we move over to one that's a little bit more complex, and we look at the one next to it, which is an octagon. So an octagon is a shape. If you think of the word octopus, we've got 8 legs for an octopus, we've got 8 sides for octagon. So if we start here, we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, when we talk about the corners in an octagon, we're going to look at the bits here in yellow where the two sides join up. So with an octagon, we have 8 sides. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 corners. Third way we describe it, whether we've used straight lines or curved lines, and with our octagon, we've used straight lines again. When we talk about the curved lines, these are going to be the shapes that we'll probably see with a circle, an oval, something that is oblong. These are the things that we would use to describe those shapes. So with all this information, guys, I want you to complete all the work for the week. And if you do have any questions, please ask your teachers, and we will hopefully get some amazing work sent through to us on Google Classroom. All right, thanks guys. Great work.